Hello and welcome YouTube and the various other websites that these videos end up on. I want to come online and talk to you guys because it's been over a week since I posted a video, and the last video I posted was a short video, kind of a response to Brian Lee Durfee. So it was an unplanned video. It wasn't my usual content, as it were. Not that I have much in the way of usual content. And I've been kind of floating, as it were, on YouTube. The main reason for that is that I've been focusing more on my own personal health, which, given that I have Patreon and people are actually sending me money, I feel I should be putting more stuff on YouTube, and I'm just not. Now, the Patreon isn't just for YouTube. People pay for the community. They pay because they want to support me and they want to support my community. And YouTube is part of that. So if you pay because you like supporting this community and you want to see me making videos, that's great. I'm going to keep doing that. If you do it because you want to see the Gilded community page updated, you want to get more read-alongs, you want to get more buddy reads, great. I'm going to keep pushing those to happen. If you do it because you want to play in the D&D games or the GURPS games, I'm going to keep running those. So, great, those are going to keep running. The whole thing is all a big community drive, effectively. And the support is just there because it takes time and effort for me to run these things, and I'm on disability. I'm sitting here unable to work, as you know, and disability doesn't really stretch that far, especially now. Especially with the cost of living crisis and all the bills going up. So my gas bill, my electric bill are frankly going through the roof. So yeah, it's not easy. It's really not. So when it comes down to it, I wanted to make sure that I was at least making you guys aware that I'm not just disappearing. I'm not gonna stop posting videos, and I've got quite a few videos that I have partially made and that I still want to continue with. I've got a lot of gaming videos I want to make as well, because I've been neglecting the gaming side of the community, the gaming side of my hobbies. I still want to make my my videos on platforming, because platforming is a big interest of mine. And I've got a lot of reading-based videos that I want to make. I want to do a full bookshelf tour. I've got all my leather-bound books that I want to go over, and I want to detail them. I want to go over and do like product reviews where I go over each of the leather-bounds in detail, and go over the illustrations and do kind of like a product review of each of those. They should be interesting. So I've got a lot of videos that I want to produce. But the reason I've not been able to is my health has been getting in the way. And if you've seen my newbie tag, you'll know that, it was quite a while ago, you'll know that the one thing I said in my newbie tag would be the biggest problem, the biggest hurdle for me, would be my health getting in the way. And that's precisely what it's been doing. See, I have recently been having a lot of chest and, abdomen pains, basically. They've been getting worse. They've been getting steadily worse. I've been getting a lot of abdomen pains. I've been getting a lot of gastric pains, but it's a lot of stabbing pains, a lot of just abdominal cramps and pulling pains, kind of like hernias. And for a long time, I was told that it was a complex of small hernias, and in some cases, it does feel like hernias. I'm not sure if it is. The doctors might be right. Sometimes it feels like there's little lumps under the skin that have moved around. And it might be that they're tiny hernias. But hernias are usually visible, and these aren't. However, I've been to the doctors and I now have a huge mass. And this mass, it's larger than a Coke can. We don't know what it is yet. I'm going to have to go for an ultrasound. It's in my abdomen, and it is a large mass. It's The doctors reckon it might be a sebaceous cyst, but it could be a tumour. So we don't know yet, and we're going to have to find out. It may need surgery. Either way, it explains why my stomach is so bloody huge, why I have pain eating, why I have pain bending, why I have so much difficulty in the shower. It explains so many of my issues. It's one of my big problems at the moment. Now, obviously, I have other problems because of my disability, but this thing, whatever it is in me, has been a huge, huge problem. I also have quite a bad vitamin deficiency, which I'm being put on yet more medication for. So that's another thing that's compounding. My fatigue levels have been through the roof. I've had a lot of gastric problems. I had one day where I basically couldn't leave the bathroom, and it felt like I was just never going to be able to get off the toilet at one point. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Throwing up is another problem. Sometimes I'll just get to a point where I can't not throw up. I'll have the migraines are thankfully under control now that I'm properly taking medication. But I've not had a migraine in a couple of weeks now. Not a proper one. I did have a dehydration headache, which threatened to become a migraine for a bit. But that was the day after I had a lot of gastric problems and I didn't drink enough water that day. So that was expected. I've had x-rays on my knees because the joints are starting to get worse there. And I'm going in for other blood tests and things along those lines. My health has been basically under review. I'm having physiotherapy and occupational therapy to come to my house to help with a few things in that regard. I am now getting proper home care, so they're helping me with things that I basically can't do for myself. It's helping me in a lot of key areas, and it is vitally important when someone is not able-bodied that they get the care they need. It changes my life completely. I do not pay for my care completely. My care package is government subsidised. My care package would cost over £500 a month. I pay less than a quarter of that because it's government subsidised. It would be £540 a month for my care package, and I pay less than a quarter. So it is incredible that I get the care package I get. So that gives you an idea as to why I'm reliant on so many of these benefit systems, these welfare systems. So that's my update at the moment, and why I've not been doing much. I've been going to a lot of appointments. I've been going to a lot of clinics. I recently had bloods taken. I've got a nice bruise on my arm where I had bloods taken. Did mean that I stupidly, because I went to the clinic, I had my bloods taken. I then went to visit my parents. I spent the day visiting family after I went to the clinic, because I was out anyway. I had a day ticket on the bus. The bus went past my parents' house, so I got off, visited my parents. My parents could drop me off home. Did mean that I'd completely spaced and I'd forgotten that I was supposed to be running a D&D game that night. So I wasn't even at home. That was yesterday. So that was stupid. The guys on the Gilded channel were very surprised to see that I wasn't responding. I had my phone, so I was still able to respond on Gilded. You'll notice, by the way, if I'm logged in and I seem to be logged in on my phone and on my computer, that's because I leave my computer on 24 hours a day which means I'm often logged in on my phone and on my computer at the same time. Like yesterday, I had my computer on, and I had it on with The Sims logged in order to simulate a 40 sim household, just to see what they would do autonomously on their own. I want to see if when I came back after an entire day of them just simming on their own autonomously, see how many of them would still be alive. See what they've done. I want to see, what the state of the place would be if they burnt it down, if they got themselves pregnant, if they'd all died. I thought that would be funny, so I just left the Sims running and I moved 40 Sims into one house. One big house. I locked them in and I let them go. I thought that would be amusing. Came back, it wasn't actually as amusing as I thought. They all napped on benches and on sofas. They ate microwave meals. They set fire to the kitchen 3 times, but they didn't really do much because the fire extinguishers put that out. It wasn't massively interesting. They just napped, wet themselves, and ate cereal and microwave meals all the time. And they constantly would be at very, very low on all of their needs because they wouldn't autonomously do anything until it was right at the very end. So yeah, the Sims are stupid. I can never justify that game. It's less of a game and more of an executive toy. Anyway, but that is my my health situation and a little update as to what it's like for me at the moment. And I just wanted to keep everyone informed as to what my life is like at the moment, because I kind of feel a disconnect at the moment. It's been over a week, and I feel like so many people are posting things on BookTube, and I'm not really taking part. And I want to post stuff all the time, but I don't really have anything to contribute, and I don't have the time to sit and edit videos. So this is my apology for not being as active as I'd like to be. But I've got some stuff in the pipeline, and I hopefully will be able to have my my bookshelf tour up soon, where I can show you my new layout. I've got a nice new layout for my leather-bound books, and I've set out my main bookshelves with, because I've got so many books, I've actually moved a lot of my books into a storage area in my house, and I've only got on display the books that I'm either actively reading or have read, so that it now is a representation of who I actually am as a reader, rather than just some books. That's what I'm hoping. So that I don't just have books on display. Because one of the things that I find quite annoying is the idea of just having books on display. I want the books to be a reflection of me. And it means that whilst I have books there, that'll be effectively a TBR, a large library of unread books that I can go off into another room, and I've got a big library of books that I can go digging through, and it'll be like a lost gems library that I can go to whenever I want to, and that'll be nice. And then I can add to it as I get more bookshelves, because the main problem I've got is I don't have enough bookshelves for all the books I've got. I need to do quite a big tidy to find the space I need for everything. So that's something I'm hoping to do. I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about video games, because I'm slowly getting back into video games now, and I've got a lot of stuff I want to do, talk about modern video games and video game narratives, and I can probably tie that back into books as well, because I play a lot of narrative single player video games, and I think that I can talk about the narrative in video games in a way that I think that bookish people will find interesting, and I think I can relate books to gaming in a way that gamers will also find interesting. So hopefully I can marry the two things in such a way that both groups of people will find it intriguing and interesting. That's my plan anyway. It probably won't work. I likely won't see any growth on the channel, because gamers and bookish people won't watch both. which means that the channel won't get recommended and it'll get screwed because, you know, the all-powerful YouTube algorithm will never ever recommend a channel that doesn't have a hyper focus. But screw the algorithm, who cares? We're not here for that. But that's the channel. Thanks for watching, and next video I'll actually talk about something other than myself, and that'll be nice, won't it? See you then. Bye.